Man, it's a crime, really. Punishable by death, what they did to his character. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Afan, and today we're gonna watch some GOAT compilation videos. Today, it's the best of Tyrion's most witty moments. I asked my cousin, he's the one helping me out with these clips, to send me best of Tyrion. And so that's what I thought the video was called, but it's called Tyrion's most witty moments. I'll have the link in the description to the actual video. But yeah, on this channel, normally I have the full-length reactions to movies and shows, but I recently decided to do compilations to some of the shows that I have already seen off the channel, Game of Thrones being one of them, or GOAT, or GOT, or whatever. So yeah, Tyrion, who was easily my favorite character from that show, I was like, you know what, let me start off with this. I also have a South Park compilation video on the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna have some other stuff as well. Do let me know if there's something that you'd like me to see as well. But yeah, without any further ado, here we go. Tyrion's most witty moments. Let's do this.
Don't leave me alone with these people.
Oh, this is season 1.
I've begun the feast.
And they arrive at Winterfell.
This is the first of many courses.
Forgot her name.
Then pick you for a hunter.
The greatest in the land. My spear never misses.
Never forget what you are.
I love this quote.
World will not. Wear it like armor.
Yeah.
And it can never be used to hurt you.
I love that quote so much, man.
What do you know
Tyrion.
about being a bastard? All dwarves are bastards in their father's eyes.
Yeah.
Why'd you read so much?
Unfortunately so.
My brother has his sword, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone. You must shape the horse to the rider. Start with a yearling and teach it to respond to the reins and to the boy's voice.
Is this some kind of trick? Why do you want to help him?
I've attended a Spartan.
The White Wolf.
Bastards and broken things.
I had nothing to do with the attempt on
I love this guy.
What sort of imbecile arms an assassin with his own blade?
Should I gag him?
Starting to make sense.
Unfortunately, that's Tyrion for you. It makes too much sense.
How would you like to die?
Oh, I love this reply.
In my own bed, at the age of 80, with a belly full of wine and a girl's mouth around my cock.
There it is. Who won't, honestly?
Cities make me want to...
Oh, shit, don't remind me.
So did the country. Slave to the truth.
You're the biggest little liar I have ever met.
Biggest little liar. Oh, come on, Shay.
I'm being crushed beneath the weight of all that truth.
You've fallen on me.
As has Jaime repeatedly, according to Stannis Baratheon.
This little shit, I love him. He's very funny. He's hilarious.
Innocent girl, and I don't blame her at all for you.
So clever.
Very clever
Aren't
indeed.
you always so clever with your schemes and your plots?
Schemes and plots are the same thing. What do we have?
Is that mine of yours you keep going on about?
Well, I've never actually been able to kill people with it.
Good thing. I'd be out of a job.
Yeah.
Did Cersei have you knighted before or after she took you into her bed?
The Lannisters are all so pretty, man.
No more warnings for me, sir?
You will withdraw these filthy accusations.
Have you ever given any thought to what King Joffrey will have to say when he finds out you've been bedding his mother? It's hard to put a leash on a dog.
Once you put a crown on his head, yeah.
You can't insult me!
We've had vicious kings, and we've had idiot kings, but I don't know if we've ever been cursed with a vicious idiot.
You can't!
I can, I am.
You're talking to a king!
There it is. Oh, the most satisfying moment ever. Again, he's making too much sense.
Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
Rick, is that it?
Is that it? Nice touch. As if you don't know the name of every boy in town.
I'm not entirely sure what you're suggesting.
I'm entirely sure you're entirely sure what I'm suggesting.
Cut you in half. You'll
Very
do that
clever.
That would make me the quarterman. Just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Nope, it does not.
Expect to tell lies about me, about Joffrey.
Any lies in particular?
You're a clever man,
He's very clever.
but you're not half as clever as you think you are.
Still makes me more clever than you.
I hear you owe that boy a significant debt.
Oh, I hate this guy so much.
not all that
The
significant.
burning passion.
Your sister has learned that your new friends, the Tyrells,
Oh,
are to marry Sansa's
Tywin.
Loras.
Top
Well, she's a lovely girl.
dog.
Missing some of Loras's favorite bits, but I'm sure they'll make do.
We're all being shipped off to hell together.
On a boat you built.
Yep.
Eldrick Sarsfield and Lord Desmond Crickles. Eldrick Sarsfield and Lord Desmond Crickle.
Man, if you think about it, the best husband Sansa ever had was this dude right here.
To kill.
For laughing at me, do I look like Joffrey to you? No, death seems a bit extreme. Fear of death, on the other hand.
You do well to remember that, you little monster.
Oh, I'm a monster. Perhaps you should speak to me more softly then. Monsters are dangerous, and just now, kings are dying like flies.
Whenever he would bitch this bitch king around, I loved it. I particularly loved Tywin's back and forth with Joffrey. Such a badass man, I swear.
I'm not hungry. You lost a hand, not a stomach. Try the ball. Cersei conquered enough of it since one killed Robert for her. I'd like to think if I were arranging a royal assassination, I'd plan it in such a way that I wouldn't be standing there gawking like a fool when the king died. But say what you will of Cersei, she loves her children. She is the only one I'm certain had nothing to do with this murder, which makes it unique as King's Landing murders go.
Didn't tell them anything, my lord.
Yep. He almost always had a hand in something bad happening in King's Landing.
Kingslayer, brothers. You like it? I like it.
Oh, he doesn't like being called that, does he?
Stunning blonde the other day.
Do tell. Got every kind of filth down here except the kind I like.
Your sister.
Cersei.
Trial by combat.
Well, speaking of filth.
Deciding a man's guilt or innocence in the eyes of the gods by having two other men hack each other to pieces tells you something.
Man, I love the Viper, but got too cocky.
The powerful do not prey on the powerless.
The powerful have always preyed on the powerless. That's how they became powerful in the first place.
Perhaps.
Mayhap. Come on, say mayhap.
Woman laugh.
It's so much better. Classier.
I could pick
It's like that
anybody.
meme.
I would pick you
Why?
because you have a skeptical mind.
You want revenge against the Lannisters? I killed my mother, Joanna Lannister, on the day I was
Oh, that is harsh.
with my father.
Which reminds me of the scene when Tywin is talking to him.
The greatest Lannister killer of our time.
What would you have me do with him? I swore I would kill him if he ever returned.
A ruler who kills those devoted to her is not a ruler who inspires devotion. And you're going to need to inspire devotion, a lot of it, if you're ever going to rule across the narrow sea.
But what great thing has ever been accomplished without killing or
And
It's easy
no
to
wonder Jon Snow
is with what
bedded his aunt.
especially when what
Look at the aunt.
in your favor. So your
When
reasons
this is your
for
aunt, how
false.
can you not?
They don't know their own minds, but you do.
She is
Well said.
gorgeous.
You're an eloquent man. Doesn't mean you're wrong. In my experience, eloquent men are right. Every bit as often as imbeciles. Dragons do not do well in
I
captivity.
love this guy.
That's what I do.
I drink.
And I know things. The true history of the world is a history of great conversations in elegant rooms.
Who said this?
Me. Just now. As the clever man once told me, we make peace with our enemies, not our friends.
I don't make peace with the Queen's enemies. I kill the Queen's enemies.
Yes, that's the military approach. How has that worked here in Marine? Let us sail on the tide of freedom instead of being drowned by it. Give freedom a chance. See if it doesn't taste every bit as good as what came before. You're in the great game now. In the great
Game of Thrones.
The only people who aren't afraid of failure are madmen like your father. General rule of thumb. Stark men don't fare well when they travel south.
But then Mormont saw them.
Yeah, that's
You saw
true.
them.
Unfortunately.
I trust the eyes of an honest man more than I trust what everybody knows.
But a wise man once said that you should never believe a thing simply because you want to believe it.
Which wise man said this?
That one right there.
I don't remember.
Don't talk about father.
Listen to me.
I told Bronn
As if I ever saw you again, I'd cut you in half.
It'll take you a while with a sparring sword.
Come on.
Inspire a degree of fear, but fear is all Cersei has. It's all my father had, and Joffrey. It makes their power brittle, because everyone beneath them longs to see them dead.
Well, my golden lion days are done, but whoremongering is still an option.
Yeah.
Things would be easier if it were.
The perils of self-betterment.
And that's the end of that. Man, it's a crime, really. Punishable by death by the mountain himself. In the same fashion that he took out the Viper, what they did to his character. Easily one of the best. Became one of the worst at the end. Yeah. All we can do now is wait for our guy, George R.R. Martin, to finish the bloody books. I don't know if he's going to, because he's got a couple of them left now, right? Winds of Winter was supposed to come out like 10 years ago. It's still not out, so who knows? But he has given us other great shows like House of the Dragon, though, which is pretty good. Not as vast and as huge and as complicated and as enchanting and as... I forgot the word, like when it draws you in as Game of Thrones, but still very good. A very good successor show, I'd say. Yeah, man, this man had some of the best quotes of the show, and it was a joy to listen to him. Every time he would talk, it was just beautiful, the stuff that would come out of his mouth, you know what I mean? It was just fantastic. And it's like that unlikely hero as well, you know? He said half man, right? He's a dwarf, a bastard in the eyes of his father, who holds him responsible for the death of his mother, by the way. That's another sort of slap to Tywin, that is. It shouldn't be. He's honestly the best Lannister, or out of the kids. Cersei thinks she's smart. She's not. You know, she said she's not half as smart as you think you are. And he says, still smarter than you, though. It is so accurate. He might not be as smart as he thinks he is, but he is way smarter than Cersei. That's for damn sure. And I feel like Tywin, as much as I love the charisma and the weight and the presence that Tywin had, the badass presence, right? He was commanding and he had authority. Even though he wasn't the king, he was the king. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, amongst other things, this was one of the biggest mistakes that he made was he tried too hard to make Jaime his heir, and he just sort of ignored Tyrion. And at one point, it did look like maybe they're getting on better terms because Tyrion was getting into positions of power, and that was through Tywin. But yeah, man, this show is so amazing. Speaking of Tywin, by the way, I might just watch a compilation of Tywin next because I want to feel like a man, and that's the man to go to if you want to feel like a man. Anyways, yeah, there are amazing characters in this show, and we'll watch some other characters soon as well. Jon Snow is one of them as well. There are plenty, man. There's so many. But yeah, like I said, normally I watch the entire episode and I'll post highlights on YouTube, and I have the full-length reactions of the full episode on my Patreon. I don't have it to this show, though. This show I saw before I started my channel, but I do have it to other shows and movies. You can check them out on my channel if you're new to the channel, and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, so you can see some of the newer videos. And if you want me to do other compilations like this, you let me know what shows you'd like me to do. But yeah, I've got a couple of other Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, some behind the scenes stuff like bloopers and stuff like that. Stranger Things, I might do that one. Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, so on and so forth. So yeah, plenty more to come. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And like I said, I do have a Patreon as well where these videos go up early, and also the movies and the shows that I'm watching, full-length reactions go up there as well. And I've got some merch there as well if you want to support me. You can do that over on my Patreon, link in description. Thank you so much once again for watching. Thank you so much, patrons, for supporting me all this time. And thank you so much, YouTube members as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice holiday. All right?